All right, welcome back, everybody, to Eastbourne. And we got a very fun matchup. Now, I am a little worried, though, because it is late. It's a late start. They're starting at 7 p.m., which doesn't sound late, but when it's a grass court, it's late. 7 p.m. is late. So, hopefully, they'll be able to get through this match because not only are they racing the daylight, but they're also racing the shadows. Because remember how last week with Sabalenka in Berlin, it wasn't late, but because it was the shade covered the courts got slippery. So, yeah. So if the courts do get slippery, they will stop play. So that might not mean it's dark. It just means that it might be unsafe. So we've got to... I don't know how long that's going to be. Maybe it's 2 hours. Maybe it's an hour and a half. I don't know what the limit is, but they are racing the clock a little bit. Because I think sunset's like 9 o'clock, so they've got 2 hours until that. So we'll keep an eye on that as well. But how we doing, chap? By the way, Andreeva is losing. Tommy Paul just lost to Dan Evans, which is why we're a little bit late. Because that match went for a little bit longer than expected. All the center court matches have gone really long, which is why we're so late to this one. Now, tomorrow's a busy day as well. We've got so much to do tomorrow, as expected. Eala's taking on Yastremska. We've got Swiatek tomorrow, plus a bunch of other stuff. Winner of this place tomorrow against Giron. So we'll see what happens with that as well. But how we doing, chat? What's going on? Are we ready for this one? I'm excited to see what this looks like, because Fonseca's played a couple of top 10 guys, right, in 2025. And Fritz is kind of needing a win after last week's disappointment in Queen's Club after having a great winning Stuttgart, right? He won Stuttgart, then lost in the first round. So he's looking to get back to the winning ways, and this is a terrible first round. Terrible first match. Andreeva's dad looks extremely stressed. Fair enough. Countdown to 250k is tight. Yeah, I mean, yeah, we're about 500 away, so I'm excited. Might get there during Wimbledon. Fritz just needs to imagine that Fonseca is Zverev. Savage. Oh, man. All right. Mirra has been getting super upset lately, like Rublev. Okay. 250k by the end of the year. That's it. That was the goal, and we're nearly there, so maybe we'll get there. Hopefully we get there. We're not that far away. We're exceeding my expectations. I just watched the Tommy Paul match for free by accident. I have to say, I'd much prefer listening to the match on Tennis Talk. This has much more vitality and enthusiasm. Thank you, Bradley. Yeah. I mean, look, there's people that do those things, and that's up to them. That's it's their choice, but I appreciate you supporting this channel. We're trying to do the right thing. Did you get Reese's Pieces where you are? We do get Reese's Pieces, yeah. But we don't get peanut butter and jelly M&Ms, which are delicious. I love them. They're so good. Probably a good thing that we don't get them, because otherwise I just eat them all. But that wouldn't be good for my health. All right, Fritz is going to serve first, by the way. All right. Here we go. Here we go. Fritz to serve. Who's winning this match, chat? Let me know. Who you got? Who you got winning this match? I'm going to go, I don't know what I said. Whatever I said in the preview. Fonseca in 3, and maybe, did I say Fritz? I can't remember. Chat, what did I say? Somebody give me a, tell me what I said. Remind me what I said. I'm pretty sure I said Fritz, right? Did I say Fritz in 3? Fritz in 3. Yes, I thought so. Yeah. Fritz in 3. 15 all. Fritz in 3. I'll stick with that. Fritz in 3. As the return goes to the net from Fonseca. 30-15. So we continue tomorrow if it's 3 sets. Yeah, I don't think they'll finish this if it goes 3. You're not experiencing technical difficulties already, Cam, are you? This whole stream's a technical difficulty. All right, 30 all. And to the forehand from Fonseca into the forehand of Fritz. Fonseca forehand down the middle. Fritz with the forehand again to the forehand of Fonseca. Fonseca in the net, though, and it's 40-30. By the way, Chad, if you don't know, now you know. We are pro Fonseca. We love Fonseca. He is one of the favorites, one of my personal favorites. I'm excited to see what this man can do in real life when he plays at the Australian Open next year and hopefully get to watch him in the flesh. He is... We love him. We love him. We are one of the... We are... Some say we may be too much, but it's... I don't care. We still love him anyway. Anyways, one love, Fritz. Chad, the potential of this man, and I'm not saying this lightly, because I don't... Chat. I don't think I unnecessarily hype players or pump people up. I didn't do that with Sinner or Alcaraz. I remember when they came around, I was like, let's see what they can do first, right? And look what they did. And maybe because I learned from that, watching those two players who then went on to become great, seeing what they did and seeing what they were like, and then seeing Fonseca and going, oh, he's kind of like what they were at this age. That's why I'm more confident to boost Fonseca, because I didn't boost Alcaraz. I didn't boost Sinner. I was like, they look good, but Sinner's got some injuries. And Alcaraz, the youngest player to do everything, I'm like, it's going to be hard to do that. And he did anyway. So seeing Fonseca, I'm not missing this one. He looks like what they look like at a young age. He's got the potential. When does a guy come in and just start making experienced pro players look like trash? That's something Alcaraz did. It's something that Sinner does, or Sinner did. And then he does, now he's the pro, right? Now he's number one. Fonseca makes people look bad. He makes good top players look average. That's what is exciting. What are you talking about? I'm talking about Fonseca. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? What are you talking about? 15 all. Oh, God. All right, 15-30. Chance of Fritz to break. Stay neutral, Cam. I will stay me. How about that? 15-30. You stay neutral, you get run over. I'm going to go with Fonseca. I'm pro. Even though I picked Fritz, if Fonseca wins, I would be happy. Ah, 15-30. As that goes the net from Fonseca, 15-40. Chat, why did you do this? Why does he have to be neutral? This isn't BBC. Chat, remember, I am a fan of tennis. I am not a reporter. I am not a journalist. I am not a professional. I am a professional fan. I'm one of you. I'm exactly like you. And you have favorites. You have your favorites. You cheer for your favorites. I cheer for my favorites, but I just cheer on camera. And I think I fairly cheer. I don't think I badmouth the opponents. Fritz breaks anyway, so who cares? Fonseca bandwagon. It's no bandwagon. I'm driving the fucking train. Cam's a pro talker. No, I'm a professional fan. Pardon me. By the way, why are you coming in here just going crazy at me? Are you all right? Coming in here just taking jabs at me. What did I do to you? When the opening ceremony of Wimbledon? You mean the draw ceremony? It's on Friday. One of the fastest players out there? Exactly. You didn't even watch him when you told him during the Next Gen Finals you're a bandwagon. You didn't even tell when we... 15 love. I went to Japan. I'm sorry. I went on holiday because I had a long year. I'm sorry that I went to Japan and couldn't watch the Next Gen Finals. That's my bad that I didn't want to implode. I'm sorry that I needed to take a break, that I didn't watch the Mickey Mouse Cup. My bad. I apologize for taking time off. My busy, it's not like I worked 11 months last year out of 12. Yeah, God forbid. I took 1 month, and the month that he wins the Next Gen Finals is the month that I decided to take a break so I wouldn't burn my head off. I'm sorry. Yeah, Blizzy, blame the people in the chat that were talking just talking rubbish. Sorry to anybody wearing headphones. I'm sorry. Served down the tees to 30-15. I don't know why I don't know why I did that. That was all right. What if I just go? Is that better? Is that better? Don't wear headphones. 15. Apologies to everybody at work who's working right now. Sorry, everybody at work. Please never do that. Yeah, don't worry, I won't do that again. 30 all. Chat, it's 4 a.m. All right, I'm tired. All right, serve again. You're jealous of next-gen players accomplishing better than you in such a young age. Bro, did you not hear? We're pro Fonseca. What are you talking about? Okay, Jose, if that is your real name. 30-40. You're just jealous. That's why you're talking nice things about Fonseca. You didn't make any sense, brother. That's all right. It's been a long day. Nice serve from Fritz. Deuce. By the way, this crowd does not want Fritz to win. They want Fonseca to win. They're pro Fonseca. Hey, Paul Anacone's in the house. He is sitting there. Fritz's girlfriend's like, oh, why'd you make me come to Eastbourne? These chairs aren't very comfy. They're sitting on like plastic chairs. She's like, oh, get me to Wimbledon. Taylor, why you bring me this shit? Why are we playing this tournament? Why can't you just go play Wimbledon already? Sit on the cushy chairs. Paul Anacone looks uncomfortable. He's tall. Advantage, Fritz. To go to 3 love. Cam, you will be on lefties losing it soon. I don't know what lefties is. I'm right-handed. I don't know what to do. So what are you talking about? 3 love? Don't get it twisted. I'm right-handed. She will get some content for next Insta post. Huh? All right, chat. What's going on? Are we all right? 3 love. Yeah, Bublik withdrew. Lefties Losing It is an Aussie show. Is it? I don't fucking know. Never heard in my life. It's a political thing that nobody watches because it's lame. It's something about politics. Why would I be a part of that? Bro, you know I'm apolitical. Is that a thing? What is somebody that doesn't care about politics? What is it called when you don't care about politics? Yeah, I'm apolitical. A person may be described as apolitical if they are uninterested and uninvolved in politics. Being apolitical can also refer to situations in which people take an unbiased position to regard political matters. That sounds exactly like me. I'm apolitical. I don't care. 3 love. A normal person. I'm a normal person. All right, 15 love. You have a politics man face card, though. I'm sorry, are you okay? 15 love? Are you judging me because I'm wearing glasses? If Cam expressed his political views, he would lose half his subscribers. I don't have any political views. 30 love. Is tennis a political party? Because I'm tennis. I'm pro tennis. So, 40 love. It just means you're talking about my glasses. Okay. Cam is unpolitical. Yeah. I don't care. Backhand return. The backhand of Fonseca. Backhand slice from Fritz. Fonseca has fought to Fritz. Fritz hits it out. Fonzie on the board. 3-1. Yeah, voting is mandatory in Australia. If it was not mandatory, I probably wouldn't do it. I wouldn't. They make you vote in Australia, and I always pick the funny ones. I pick the underdogs. We vote for the underdogs. Anyways, backhand of the net. Whoever they are. The 3 people that voted for the the underdog party. I don't know who they are. You should vote regardless. No, I do. We have to vote. You get fined if you don't vote, yeah. I voted for the Rockies, exactly. It's a tough life, but we love it. Go Rockies. 15 love. Voting isn't mandatory in US or Canada, but strongly recommended. Yeah, it's mandatory in Australia. Otherwise, you have to pay money. So it's like, do I want to fine or do I want to? I'll just go to the poll. I am apolitical because if I gave a shit, I would probably tell you. 30 love. By the way, don't get it confused, chat. Am I interested in what's going on in the world? Do I want to stay informed of what's happening in the world? Yes. Because it's important to know what is happening in the world. But I also don't have an opinion on what's going on in the world because it doesn't... I don't care. Unless it's tennis related. But staying informed is always a good idea. Understanding things is a good idea. Like, that's fine. I mean, I don't think there's a problem with that. Knowing what's happening, you know... As with a fault from Fritz. Second serve. As with a backhand now from Fritz into the backhand of Fonseca. Fritz gets the point though. Fonseca in there. 40-15. This is a very quick match. What is the punishment for not voting in Australia? I think it's like $100 something fine. You get fined. They send you a fee. They're like, you didn't do it, so pay us money. Like you got to, yeah. 4-1 Fritz. He serves an ace. Have money on this match. Cool. 4-1 Fritz. Fritz is just serving really well. What happens if you legit can't vote, like you're in hospital during voting and advanced voting days? Oh yeah, you can definitely. You can. I was overseas one year when they did the election, and I was like, "Hey, I'm in the UK," and they were like, "Oh, okay, you're not here. That's fine. If you're unable to vote, and you have proof, you have to prove it. You then don't have to. Like if you're in hospital, yeah, you don't have to vote." They play like until 9-ish. Yeah, this is not going to go late. Government politics are pure BS, but some of the conspiracies are bang on. You owe it to yourself to keep up. Yeah, I'm going to just... my brain is full enough. I don't need to like fill it up with other stuff. So I'm just going to like not do that, and I'm going to watch tennis. Mail cat. I don't know if you could do that, but... medical timeout during elections. No, I don't think you can do that. Hey, Chase. M&M's are great. We love M&M's. They got my vote. 4-1 to Fritz. Now, it is getting dark. In the next 30 minutes, and by the way, the court is covered in shade, so it's going to get a little slippery. I would say that in the next 30 minutes, there might start to be conversations whether or not they finish this match today. Depends what happens in the next 30 minutes, though. Because as soon as the court starts getting slippery, and we saw Fonseca in Halle slipping over all over the place. Nobody wants to risk injury this week. So I'm sure if anybody starts falling over, the umpires are going to be like, all right, we're not doing this today. No, not rain. Not rain, but you know when the court when grass gets in the shade, even on a warm day, when the temperatures drop, the court surface is going to get watery. It's going to be water on the court, even if it's not raining. 40 love Fonseca. Backhand in the net from Fritz, and it's 4-2. Fritz with the break. Moisture. Yeah, moisture. Yeah, dew point. That's it. Yeah, moisture on the court. And that'll be at like 8 o'clock, like 8:30. So within the next hour. Again, it's more just if the players start slipping over. If they slip, the umpire will get involved. Or if it's too dark and the players can't see. Because it looks like it's light on court, but it's probably a lot darker there than what the cameras... Because the cameras can change their exposure and they can lighten it up. Aperture? Is it called aperture? When you lighten up the photo? Is it the aperture? Hang on. I know this. I knew this once. Yeah, the aperture. No, that's hang on. Not the aperture. What is it called? The ISO. The ISO. Yeah, you change the ISO, right? To make it to make things lighter or darker. Yeah. See, I knew the ISO. I got it right. Eventually. 15-0. As a return goes the backhand of Fritz, and then Fonseca hits a winner. 15-30. 15-30. What happened to Australia cricket? They're struggling in test. Why are you asking me? Ace down the tee, 30-0. Ask me something I know. In film, it's called gain. Oh, cool. 30-0. What was my dinner? My dinner was chicken. ASL from Fritz, 40-30. Fritz's serve on grass. Like, match, perfect match. 40-30. What happened to the flags on the scoreboard? They're taking up too much room, so I removed them. 40-30. Also, people were coming in and complaining, so I thought it's better just to save the complaints. Drop shot winner from Fritz, 5-2. Instead I added the numbers and stuff, and I think they're probably better anyway. Personally, I like them better. I think the scoreboard looks cleaner without the flags. But also, people were getting a little frustrated because of world events. So hey, we get rid of the flags. No complaints. Done. Easy. How many titles have Fritz won on grass? I think he's won 2. Eastbourne and Stuttgart, right? Maybe. Has he won Mallorca as well? Maybe 3? Because he hasn't won one of the big ones in Halle or Queen's Club, but he's won the 250s. Maybe 3? No, he won. Didn't he win one in Turkey? Didn't he win in what's it called? What's it called? The one in Turkey. He's only won 9 titles, so he couldn't have won that many. What's the one in Turkey called? So he's won Eastbourne before. He won Stuttgart. He's won Eastbourne twice. Chat. He's won Eastbourne 3 times. Holy shit. I was mistaken. 4 grass court titles. So half shit. He's won 9 titles, 4 grass. And this man can't make the final of Wimbledon, you're saying? You're telling me this, he can't make the final? He can't make the final. He's got 4 grass titles out of 9 titles. He can't make the final of a Wimbledon. Are you serious? 4 grass titles. Name me someone who has 4 grass titles that's not Alcaraz and Djokovic. Has he got the most grass titles outside of the top 3? He's got more grass titles than Zverev, right? He must have the most grass titles. He must be the 3rd most grass titles in the world. Maybe Cilic has more. Does Cilic have more? Maybe Cilic has more. Berrettini. Oh, Berrettini. You got me. Okay, you got me. Berrettini is, yeah, Berrettini. You got Berrettini. You got me. Okay, 4th best. 15 love. Backhand return goes to forehand of Fonseca. Fonseca puts away 30 love. 30 love. Yeah, I forgot about Berrettini. But yeah, Berrettini's a beast. So he's got to have the 4th most, right? So you can't tell me that he's not going to make a Wimbledon final. What do you mean? Wimbledon is for sure on his mind. And potentially on his 30-15 in his trophy. I think Fritz can make the Wimbledon final. In fact, $5 says he can. 30-15. I'm sorry for Brazilians, but Joao is not strong enough to win against Fritz. Well, we'll find out. 30-15. Forehand inside at the backhand slice of Fritz. Fritz hits it out. 40-15. He's not making the final. If Fritz makes the final, I'm gonna be so happy. Not because I won $5, but because I'm gonna prove so many of you naysayers. All those people that said Gauff's not gonna win the French, Cam. Why'd you pick Gauff? How could you pick her? All those people who said Krejcikova. What do you mean you're picking Krejcikova to win? She's not even gonna make it to the 3rd round, the quarterfinal. She ain't gonna make it past blah blah blah. She won the whole damn thing. I also made a lot of money by picking Raducanu back in 2022. Anyways, you're not proving anyone wrong respectfully. We'll see. We'll see. Now, am I picking Fritz to win? Hell no. That is not the case. Am I picking him to make the final? No, I'm betting on him to make the final. Am I going to pick him to make the final? Well, it depends on what the draw looks like on Friday. But my money says he will. I need to put $5 on Keys. She is too low of a... She's also... Fritz Keys in the finals. I'm going to have breakfast for a whole week. I'm going to be eating well all week. Don't you even stress, chat. I know exactly what I'm doing. I'm eating eggs Benny for the week. Don't even get me started. All right. Fritz, 30 love. $40 love. How is Oh yeah, Keys. Yeah. Keys is a no-brainer. If Keys wins Wimbledon, I'm gonna be rich for 3 days. All right, 40-15. I'll run naked for 30 minutes around if Fritz makes the semis. Please don't do that. Nobody wants you to do that. Please do not do that. Fritz wins the first set, 6-3. Future Wimbledon finalist wins the first set. You heard me. All right, first set in the bag. Fritz with 6 aces. He's serving real well. Okay. First set done. All right. If you have to pick... Okay, chat. You have to pick one. Who makes the final? Keys or Fritz? Who makes the final? Keys or Fritz of Wimbledon? Who makes the final? And if you say neither, I'm going to send you to the moon. Because that is not cool. That's not an option. You have to pick one. Or go to the moon. Fritz, Keys, Fritz. It's very even. Neither. Get out of here. Get him out of here. No-brainer. Keys. Moon. There's no moon. Both? Hey, I like that answer. That's the right answer. Neither. Alan, you get out of here. Just get out of here. Keys, ATP stacked. So I know why most of you are picking Keys and over Fritz, because you don't believe Fritz can beat Alcaraz or Sinner, right? That's what you're thinking. You're thinking, well, how's he going to get through them? I know that I'm thinking the same thing. And Keys can get through Gauff and can get through Sabalenka. So I understand why you'd pick Keys. She's the safer pick. I agree. But I'm still backing Fritz as well. That's why I put money on both. That's the correct answer. The correct trick question, chat. The correct answer was both. Fritz can't beat Djokovic either. That's all right. Sinner will play him. And Fritz will play Alcaraz. All right. Fonseca to serve first in the second. 6-3 Fritz. Rebecca sliced it to the 4 to Fritz. Becker now from Fonseca. Fritz with a half volley in the net. 15 love. 15 love. Chat, do you know what day it is? Does anyone know what day it is today? 15 love. $15 love as Fonseca serves again. There's a default from Fonseca. Second serve. Serve to the 4 to Fritz. Return goes out. 30 love. 30 love. Today is Wednesday, the 25th of June. 30 love. Is today the longest day of the year? Oh, that's a coincidence. All right, led on the second serve. 30 love. It's Christmas. Shit, I wish. Wait, is it 6 months till Christmas? Holy shit. Halfway to Christmas. It's Christmas in 6 months. Let's go. The greatest holiday to live. 40 love. $40 love. That was last week. Wait, what? Today's the 26th though. 25th. What do you mean last week? Hot.
Always entertaining. Cam plus 1 skin tone -2.
Thank you for the donation. All right. Fonseca hits a winner. It's 1 love. Why don't tennis players trash talk like boxers and UFC fighters? Would be more interesting. I agree. I agree, Jude, but it's frowned upon. I like it though. I agree. I think it would make it more interesting, but I think it's because it's not a European thing. It's not a European thing, and tennis is very European these days. And when I say that, I mean that most of the tennis players in the top of the game are European. And I don't think it's not as common to trash talk in Europe. Like, yeah, okay, football, there's like aggressive shouting and shit, but I don't think it's like, maybe because it's a language barrier, they don't trash talk as much. Maybe. Whereas in America, yeah, I mean, everyone trash talks in the basketball and stuff, like it's more of a thing. But I wish it was more of a thing. But every time somebody starts to talk trash, like the Americans definitely have, talk trash at times. They get shut down by the fans. The fans are like, no, we don't do that here. We're better than that. So, unfortunately, it's frowned upon by the tennis fans, and also it's not really a thing. But I wish it could be like, I wish there was a little bit more like, trash talk. I love 30. Yeah, cricket, they have sledging. I know, yeah. But they don't really do that in tennis. It's a very friendly sport. As Fritz hits a winner, 15-30. Serve again from Fritz. 15-30. So goes the forehand of Fritz. Forehand from Fonseca, the forehand of Fritz. Fonseca backhand in the net. 30-all. You were not classy then? Ooh, got me. 40-30. Nice serve from Fritz. 134 miles an hour. Don't know what that is, but it's fast. 40-30. Serve to the back of Fonseca. Forehand from Fritz. Into the forehand of Fonseca. Fritz with a slice. Into the forehand of Fonseca. Fritz with a lob. Fonseca comes in with a smash, but he watches the ball go out. And we get to deuce. We get to deuce. Look at the backlash that Sabalenka got. Not trash talking in traditional sense. Yeah. I mean, even Shelton, right? Shelton doesn't trash talk, but him just doing this made people lose their minds. Like, he went like this, and everybody freaked out. He didn't even say anything. He just went like this. And the whole world lost its mind. So there's no way that you could say anything without people being like, you're crazy. You know what I mean? Like, if you can't do this, then trash talk would just never work because people would just freak out. I like the not very serious trash talk between the American players. Oh yeah, I think it's hilarious. I think it's great. Like, yeah, it doesn't have to be like personal attacks. Like, that would be too far. But like, you know, if someone said, I mean, obviously Kyrgios is definitely a trash talker, right? You know, and if you think it's good or bad, you can judge that. But, you know, I think there's obviously a line to trash talking. If you take it personal and you start like attacking someone's partners or person, then that's different. But if you're like, you know, if you're like Ben Shelton is probably the best trash talker, but he doesn't trash talk to his opponents. He trash talks to his box. If you go watch Ben Shelton, I love watching Ben do this. He'll turn around to like his dad and he'll be like, this guy ain't got nothing. He's like, this guy can't hit the ball 3 times in a row. Like Shelton and his dad, because they're from the college system, Shelton and his dad, like the way that they communicate is trash talk, except it's not directed towards anyone. He's not turning around to like his opponent being like, hey, you suck. Like, he's not saying that. But I love that like interaction between him and his dad because that's about as close to trash talk as we get. Because Ben is trash talking the other guy at times, being like, he can't return my serve. It's a form of trash talk, but it's not like the traditional like trash talk where he's talking to the guy. But I love that interaction with him and his dad. I think it's great. Like Shelton is probably the best when it comes to that. Because it's never personal. It's always just like, him just saying, this guy got nothing on me. I love that. I love watching Shelton for that. As Fonseca the drop shot, winner, 30-15. Shelton wasn't mean. Yeah, Shelton doesn't do anything like mean, and he doesn't say it to his opponents. But I love hearing him and his dad go back and forth. It's so good. I love it. Because it shows just so much fun. And people hate it. And I get that, but I am not one of those people. I love it. The Ben Shelton antics are totally because of him coming from college. Yeah, I love that they're bringing that in. I love that him and his dad was the coach. If for those that don't know, so Shelton came from the college system, 4-15, but his dad was the coach of the college team. So they're both from the college system, right? Even though his dad was a former pro, he went and he was the coach of the Gators. I think he was coaching the team before even Shelton went to college. I'm pretty sure it wasn't Brian Shelton coach for like way before Shelton was involved, which is probably why Shelton went to that college in particular. I think maybe not. Yeah, yeah. So he retired in 1997, and he was a USTA coach in 98-99. He coached. I always get this name wrong. Malave Washington, who made the Wimbledon finals. He coached him for a little bit, and then in 1999 he started coaching the Yellow Jackets, which is a women's tennis team in the college system. And then he went to that was in Georgia. So since 1999, he's been the coach. He's been a college coach. He coached the Huskies. He coached the Yellow Jackets, the Bruins, and then in 2007, he was Intercollegiate Tennis Association Coach of the Year. And then in 2012, he started coaching in Florida, and then Shelton then eventually went to the Florida Gators. So 2012. So he was there for 10 years before his son had rocked up. And then, of course, now he's coaching Shelton full time and he's not the coach of the Gators anymore. But yeah, he brings that to, he knows how it is too, and I love that Shelton brings that energy. And I love that his dad brings that. It doesn't get spoken about enough how much of when we have good parent-player relations. We never talk about it. We always talk about the bad ones. Like, oh, that parent's controlling. That parent's bad for the player. We never highlight the good ones because we want to talk about the bad ones, right? But that is like him and his dad, Ben and his dad. I love that. I hope they never change. I hope they stay together forever and they never change. And yeah, maybe they'll bring in consultants, but I hope that they never, like unless, Ben hits a ceiling and maybe they need to get someone else. But I love that like, it's obviously working. He's a top 10 guy. He's made semifinals of majors with his dad. I mean, that's sick. How cool is that, chat? Imagine making a semifinal of a Grand Slam and your dad's your coach. That's so cool. That's sick. Like, what a great way to share, like, a massive, like, milestone in life, right? That's so cool. Like, you and your dad make a semifinal of Wimbledon, like that, or the US Open or whatever, that's sick. Yeah, Ruud and his dad, I mean, the same thing, right? Ruud and his dad is great too. Zverev and his dad, right? It's awesome to see that, like, I mean, how cool would that be? Like, you and your parents, you as a collective did that. That's sick. Like, Kenin and her dad won a Grand Slam. They won the Australian Open. Coco and her dad before he realized it was time to step down. Like, that was great, And it was Coco's dad deserves a lot more credit because he's not in the limelight anymore. He was always in the box, but then he stepped out of the box in a way. He was never not there though. He was always in the locker room, and he still is. But the fact that he was big enough to go, you know what? We're gonna replace myself as coach, and I'm gonna get out of the way. I'm gonna literally, like, physically get out of the way and not be in the box because I don't want to mess with I don't want the coach to think I'm messing with him. Like, that is so cool by Coco Gauff. Like, he should get a lot of credit for that. Because most parents just sit in the row behind because they're like, well, I'm still the dad. Well, I'm still the parent. But the fact that Coco's dad decides to go and sit out of not even be in the court, like not even be near the box, be like, I'm going to go hide away so you don't see me. But he's there because you see him after the tournament and he's like, holding the trophy and shit. 30-all. Back to the match chat. We've been talking too much about whatever we're talking about. 30-all. Self-awareness of her dad is great. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Backhand down the line, the forehand of Fritz. Forehand from Fonseca. Into the backhand of Fritz, but it's out by Fonseca, and it's 40-30 Fritz. 40-30. $40-30. $40-30. As Fritz with a great serve, and it's 2-0 in the second. 2-2. Two all. I thought he was too anxious to be in Coco's matches. Well, maybe that's it as well. But again, like, still massive respect. Like, I think I think we can all agree that some parents overstay their welcome, right? Some parents maybe coach past what their kids need. But the fact that before she won a slam, he was like, I'm going to step back and we're going to get someone else. Like, that takes something. Because he could have been like, no, I'm going to stay here, and then when we win a slam, then I'm going to depart. Like, he could have easily just been like, no, I'm going to stay here. But, like, the fact that he didn't use any ego to, like, you know what? I'm going to step back. We're going to bring someone else in to take you to the slam. I'm still going to be a part of it. I'm just not going to coach you to it. Like, that's... And maybe Coco had something to say about that as well. But it's like, not many parents would, like some of the parents that we've seen have maybe overstayed their welcome. We love, like, that's great, like, that he did that before she won slams. He put her ahead of his own, like, ego, right? And he doesn't get any credit for that because we don't see him. Fonseca holds 3-2. But he should get a lot of credit for that because that's again, it's Coco first, which is great. And look, now she's got 2 Grand Slams and she's not far from being number 1 in the world in the future. And had he have not stepped back to allow a more experienced coach to come in and help, who knows if Coco would have gone on and done stuff. You know, if he decided, like, I'm going to stay here because I want to be the coach. Like, you got to respect that. He deserves a lot of credit. Because he got her to where she was, or where she is, and then he was big enough to step back to help her go to the next level. Who's the most underrated tennis player ever? Ever? I don't know. Andreeva's 6-pack about to take the match. Wait, what? All right, 3-2. Fonseca holds. He stays in front. All right. All right, 15 love. Fritz with an ace. All right, 15 love. As return goes backhand of Fonseca, backhand out from Fritz. Into the backhand of Fonseca. As Fritz backhand again to the backhand of Fonseca. Slice to the forehand of Fritz. Fonseca forehand goes long, 30 love. By the way, Andreeva comes back from a set down to win. So wait, who's Andreeva playing? Because Bad on Berg is getting stacky. Ooh, Noskova or Andreeva. Winner plays Pegula or Navarro. Interesting. Hadaj Maya Paolini. Winner plays Alexandra or Swiatek. Shit. Are we going to have... Hang on, wait a second. Are we going to have like a bunch of top 10 matches this week? This is crazy. What the hell? Really want get cam merch, but we have to settle for nothing? We have merch. I don't know what you're talking about. 30-all. 30-all. Chance for Fonseca to break. Kevin, I expect you to go buy all the merch right now. After that comment. After that very... You need to buy both hoodies, the hat, both shirts, and a mug. And I want you to have a photo with all of it. 30-all. Thank you in advance for your contribution to the channel and support. Appreciate it. Buy the merch right now. 30-all. You want to get cam merch? There's the merch. Buy it all. Fonseca, he hits an error. And it's 40-30. Hey, what's up, Deb? How you doing? Bad on Berg. Lineup is nuts. I know, right? a week before Wimbledon, it is too crazy. It is too much. 40-30. As the return goes back to Fritz. Fritz in the net. We get to deuce. We get to deuce. Now we get to deuce. As the return goes in the backhand of Fritz. Backhand from Fonseca. In the net. Advantage Fritz. Advantage Fritz. Advantage Fritz. As the return goes in the back of Fritz. Fonseca forehand. Into the forehand of Fritz. In the forehand of Fonseca. Fritz down the line to the backhand of Fonseca. As Fritz can't get that one. Fonseca bets back to deuce. All right, advantage goes away and we're back to deuce. All right, serve. Into the forehand of Fonseca, and then Fritz, great backhand down the line just to guide the ball down the line. Advantage Fritz. Advantage Fritz. Advantage Fritz. As the return goes out by Fonseca, 3-all. 3-all. Mirra is 4-0 against Towson, all matches in the last 6 months. That's crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy. That is actually crazy. All right, love 15. Fritz wants to break. Now we do have, it is getting dark. It's 8 o'clock at night. The next hour will just, well, they probably need to get this match done in the next hour. If it goes towards 9 o'clock, there's no shot. All right, 15-all. If it goes 3, there might be a talk. All right. First serve is a fault, second serve. Second serve. To the backhand of Fritz. Forehand from Fonseca to forehand of Fritz. Fonseca on the stretch. Fritz. Forehand to the backhand of Fonseca. Into the forehand of Fritz. Fonseca forehand to the backhand of Fritz. Fritz in the net. 30-15. That's crazy, said Cam for the 5th time. Yeah, it is crazy. 30-15. As with a volley from Fonseca goes long, and it's 30-all. How did Fonzie look in the first set? He just got out-served. Don't bean and cheese nachos sound good right now, Cam? No, I'm not really hungry. All right. 30-all. Serve to the forward of Fritz. Slice from Fonseca. Into the forehand of Fritz. Fonseca backhand cross. Fritz gets on the stretch. Fonseca forehand inside out. Goes long. 30-40, break point. Winner of this match, by the way, will take on Giron, who took out Fernley in straight sets. Giron will be the winner of this match. And then you got Fokina and Mensik in the semis for one of these guys, possibly. So that could be interesting too. All right, good serving Fonseca, and it's deuce. All right, we get the deuce. All right. We get the deuce. Fernley was injured? Oh, that sucks. All right, forehand inside out from Fonseca's a winner. Advantage Fonseca. Advantage Fonseca. By the way, chat, I bought a drawing board. Good serving, 4-3. I don't know where I might have to put it in this room. There's no space. It might have to go here. Just warning you. If anybody's like, what the hell is that thing behind you? I have no room. I have no space. It's supposed to get here today. Okay. 4-3 Fonseca. Draw some buildings for us. Maybe I will. We're doing some art streams. No, I bought it for personal reasons. Non-tennis related reasons. I have no idea where Bad Homburg is. It's in Germany. Okay. Did Giron beat Fritz this year? I don't know. Can't remember. Maybe. Draw center court. Okay. Blueprints on green courts. Can you draw Da Vinci on stream? No. Not yet, but I'll try. East or West Germany? Look, you've been in a coma for 80 years. Actually, sorry, no, you've been in a coma for 35 years. It's just called Germany. It's 2025 and it's just called Germany. It's just Germany. They took down the wall in the late 80s. You've been in a coma for 40 years. It's just Germany now. It's one place. It's just one place. One big place. There's a lot you must learn. The internet, you don't even know what that is. Bluetooth. Sounds like I'm just saying a bunch of words, but you'll get it. I know it's been 40 years, but these are new things. These are great things. These are great things. Also, Apple is not just a fruit anymore. Novak Djokovic, who you would never have heard of because you went in a coma in 85, he is the greatest player ever. Better than Lever. Better than Borg. Yeah. All right, 30 love. As we just serve out wide, is an ace from Fritz, 40 love. Yeah, just Germany. Just called Germany. 40 love. 40 love. As Fritz serves a fault, second serve. 40 love. As Fritz hits the backhand inside out, goes wide. 40-15. They're still in East and West. US bases are in the West side. Cool. What does that have to do with anything? Fritz holds 4-all. Why would you... The US base is in the West. What's that got to do with where Baden-Württemberg is? If Baden-Württemberg's there, do you think there's more Americans supporting Fritz? Is that what you mean? Is that what you mean? Fritz might have more support here because... By the way, we're not in Baden-Württemberg here. We're in Eastbourne. We're watching Eastbourne. This is in the UK. The south of the UK. We're not even in Baden-Württemberg. What the hell are we talking about Baden-Württemberg for, chat? 15 love. What the hell are we doing, chat? It's crazy. We're not even in Germany. We're in Britain. What? 30 love. We're in the south of England. 30 love. First there's a fault. Take a serve. Getting all confused. Backhand, back. Seagulls everywhere, by the way. Attack of the Seagulls. They are like, get off the court. It's too late. We want to eat the grass. Seagulls are everywhere. 30-15. These Seagulls are like, piss off. It's dinner time. Get the hell off our court. We're here to eat the worms. 30-15. Fonseca serves. As a return goes in the forehand of Fonseca. Forehand from Fritz on the stretch. Fonseca goes long. It's 30-all. Fritz is like, all right. He's wearing all white. He's the Seagull King. 30-all. 30-all. As Fonseca serves. Serving to the back of Fritz. Forehand Fonseca in the net. 30-40. Break point Fritz to take the break serve of the match. How am I going to celebrate 250K? Probably by streaming Wimbledon. We're going to watch Wimbledon. It might happen during Wimbledon, so I don't have plans to party because it's in the middle of a tournament. But after Wimbledon, I'll probably go for a run or something. Backhand rally. As Fritz goes to the backhand of Fonseca. Fritz with the forehand. Into the backhand of Fonseca. Fritz backhand. Into the backhand slice of Fonseca. Fritz backhand again. It's Fonseca again with the backhand of Fritz. Fonseca forehand. Drop shot. Fritz is going to get it. Fonseca volleys it, but Fritz volleys it wide as he tries to dive for the winner. That would have been amazing for Fritz. Great effort by Fritz, but Fonseca gets the deuce. Diving out wide Fritz. Flying Fritz. I coined that. I said that. If you see it on social media, you know where it came from. I coined the term Flying Fritz. That's mine. That's mine. Excuse me. That's mine. Flying Fritz. The Flying Fritz. That's mine. I said that. I said it first. Deuce. It's mine. You cannot have it. Chat, you can use it. If social media use it, you know where it came from. Advantage Fonseca. Instagram, that's mine. Tennis TV, that's mine. Credit me. Give me credit. Give me credit. If you put it on the socials, give me credit. Anyway, Fonseca goes into the net. Flying Fritz, doesn't matter anyway. 5-4. 5-4 Fonseca. That's mine. Chat, you can also use it. But only you. As long as you don't post it on Instagram. You should not be proud of that, Cam. I'm sorry. You come up with something better then. At 5 o'clock in the morning off the top of your head. Go on. Do it. Can we at least have balloons? I'll put the balloons up in the thing. I just don't have it. So, one, I didn't think we'd be getting to 250K this quick. And I thought after Wimbledon, maybe then I could have some time to figure out what to do. But we're going to possibly hit it at Wimbledon. So it's like, shit, all right, well. And then the last 3 weeks have just been so hectic because we haven't had any time off. So I haven't had time to even think about, like, I've been thinking about trying to get through Wimbledon. I'm not thinking about 250K. So maybe we'll do like a post-Wimbledon thing. Like maybe after Wimbledon, but not like straight after, like a week after. Like maybe when like we come back after the break after Wimbledon, we'll celebrate 250K then. If it happens during Wimbledon. Like maybe before the Canadian Open, we can do something. We can do a celebration, a post 250K celebration. When we hit the number though, if we're on stream, we'll definitely celebrate. Probably we'll celebrate with something, but maybe we'll do like a post Wimbledon party. I'm not going to bake a cake. Because I just haven't had time to figure it. And I don't want to do like if we're streaming and let's say it happens like during the middle of the first week, we're going to have so much going on that I'm just not going to be able to like watch 7 matches and then also bake a cake. So we'll do something else after. We'll do it after Wimbledon when there's more time and I can actually do something good rather than just being like, yay, we hit the number. Oh, tennis, let's move on. Like we'll actually like be able to celebrate as a community because it's a big deal. Like that's a big number. That's a crazy deal. That's insane. That's a ridiculous number. 30 love. As Fritz backhand goes into the slice of Fonseca. Volley from Fritz is a winner. And it's 40 love. Fonseca just slipped over, by the way, so let's keep an eye on that. By the way, Mohamed Liani is the umpire, and he is very cautious. So if the courts are getting slippery, and I'm gonna say if Fonseca wins this set, they might not finish this match tonight, just because it is getting dark. But also, if the courts are getting slippery, Mohamed Liani is not going to risk it. He is a very safe umpire. We want ball-by-ball commentary from you, not the kind of stories you were talking... Oh, come on, Deb, I want to read that. Not the kind of stories you were talking about when the ball is in play. Five all. That was the nicest way to say, shut the hell up. I appreciate that. 5 all. Who the hell invited that guy here? Jesus. 5-5. As Fonseca hits the forehand to the forehand of Fritz. But Fritz hits it wide. 15 love. Yeah, he is the safest umpire for sure. Early in the morning, Cam has been streaming all night. Yeah, also, who died and made you boss? For the next game, I'm going to talk about DVDs. Tomorrow, I might actually go get some more DVDs. Suresh, do you like DVDs? What DVDs do you like? Do you have any DVDs in your house? Chat, give me some movies that I should find on DVD. I need your help. We'll get back to the tennis eventually. These umpires and weather insights are good. Yeah. Well, it matters. I mean, grass is different to clay, and maybe some people have not watched grass tennis before, but grass tennis is like, yeah, they can't play. That's why they don't play grass at night. You don't see night matches at grass except for Wimbledon, you know. The Substance, okay. I don't know if I'll be able to find that, but okay. Face Off, good one. The entire Jurassic Park, yeah, that's a good one. The Brutalist, okay. 40-15. Prince of Egypt, hands down, okay. Point Break, is that the surf movie? The Mummy, I already got the trilogy of The Mummy on DVD. As Fonseca to slice winner, 6-5. Remember the Titans? I think I got that. I think I've got Remember the Titans. I think I bought that recently. Gladiator. I feel like I see Gladiator at every thrift store, so I feel like I'll be able to find that. I've already got Wimbledon on DVD. Ted, Daredevil, Rotten, Dirty Rotten Scoundrels, Misery, Pacific Heights, No Way Out. Okay. My thrift shopping was cancelled for grocery. Well, you got food first. School of Rock with Jack Black. I already got that. I got that one a couple of weeks ago. Classic. The Prestige. I feel like I see that a lot too. Youngblood, okay. Space Jam. I am on the lookout for Space Jam. It's hard to find 90s Jordan Space Jam. I can find the LeBron Space Jam, which I don't want to watch, but have you found the Die Hard series yet? No. But that is also on the list. The Wicker Man? I haven't found that either. Is that the one where he's the arms dealer, or is that a different movie? That's Matchstick Men, right? Or something else. Original Blade Runner? Yeah, that's on my list. Van Wilder. I did see that the other day, but I didn't get it. Because I feel like I've watched Van Wilder recently. Rise of the Foot Soldier? Okay. Happy Gilmore I definitely can find. I've seen that a lot in the thrift. That lady's hat is huge. All right, Fritz serving to take us to a tiebreak. I got the Bourne. Yeah, I got the whole series of the Bourne movies. Yeah, I got the trilogy of Mummy movies, the originals. I haven't got the Scorpion King, though. Anyways, it's Fritz serving to get to a tiebreak. Serving the backhand of Fonseca. Fritz backhand winner. 15 love. 15 love. Kingdom of Heaven. Okay. The Outsiders. Irreversible. Okay. The Hateful Eight is on my list as well. I like that movie. I know people don't like it, don't think it's Tarantino's best, but I like it. I like it. Yeah, Godfather trilogy is on the list too. All right. Return goes into the forehand of Fritz. Forehand now from Fonseca to the forehand of Fritz. Fonseca backhand. Into the slice of Fritz. Fritz in the net. 15-0. Yeah, Matrix. I'm looking for the Matrix to find like all four in one. It's very hard to find because the fourth one just came out. Napoleon Dynamite's definitely on my list as well. Scarface, yeah, that's on the list. 15 all. We need to start a movie club. All right, 15 all. It's Fritz serves. Fault, second serve. Second serve into the forehand of Fonseca. Forehand from Fritz to the forehand of Fonseca. Fritz forehand again to the forehand of Fonseca. And Fonseca hits it out, 30-15. All right, 30-15. As we get a serve again. Fritz. Ace out wide, 40-15. 40-15. Amadeus. I got that the other day. I haven't watched it yet, but I have it on my list of things to watch next. It's literally on my shelf to watch when I have time, which will probably be after Wimbledon. But yeah, Amadeus. I found that. I'm like, I heard this is very good. So that is on my like next in line to watch list. It's a great movie. Yeah, I've heard it is. So I'm like, okay, well, I got to watch it. Anyways, good serving Fritz. Tiebreak, second set. Chat, if they go to a third, I don't know if they'll play tonight, but let's see. Let's see if they go to a third. 6 all. Tiebreak. Who's winning the tiebreak, chat? You won't be disappointed? Okay. Maybe I'll have to watch that like today. Maybe I'll watch that after when I wake up. All right. Fonseca serves. A fault. Second serve. Second serve. To the back of Fritz. Fonseca backhand. Goes out. 1-love Fritz. 1-0 Fritz. One zero. As a default, second serve. Serve to the backhand of Fonseca. Fritz backhand to the backhand of Fonseca. Fritz slice, lob. Goes out. 1-1. 1-1. One all. Next from Fritz. 2-1. 2-1. Waterworld? I've already watched that movie. That was one of the first DVDs I bought in my DVD search. As we're to find out from Fonseca, but he overhits it. 3-1 Fritz. 3-1 Fritz. As a serve. It's a fault, second serve. Some say Waterworld was a flop, but I think it's brilliant. I think it's interesting. I thought it was. I didn't think it was like the best movie of all time, but I thought it was. Like, it's definitely a movie of its time. Like, it feels like an early '90s movie. As a backhand out of the forehand of Fritz, and that goes out by Fritz. Sorry, on the backhand, it's 3-2. You know what it kind of felt? It kind of felt like chaotic, like felt like Mad Max on water. You know what I mean? It kind of felt like Mad Max on water. Like, I don't know why. It just kind of had that Mad Max kind of like hectic, crazy madness with like the oil guys, and they were like hunting each other and stuff. I don't know. It just had that kind of like insanity. Anyways, 3-2. As with a fault, second serve. That's exactly what it was. Yeah, okay, cool. So, okay, cool. I'm not crazy. All right, backhand down the line into the forehand of Fonseca. As a backhand to backhand rally. Backhand Fonseca into the backhand of Fritz. Fonseca slight forehand on the stretch from Fritz as Fritz goes cross court in the net. And it's 3-3. They change ends. Costner's a lousy actor. I think he's pretty good, to be honest. Equalizer with Denzel Washington. Is that I've seen that movie. I'm pretty sure I've seen that movie. Oh yeah, I've seen that movie. I've seen that movie. Mad Max on water is a perfect description. Yeah, I thought it had that like chaotic vibe. Field of Dreams is goated. Yeah, I've got a like cost. He did like 2 baseball movies, didn't he? Snatch. I've got Snatch. Is that the one where the guy's like, I'm going to feed you to my pigs? 4-3 Fritz. Kevin Costner is the coolest. Oh, yeah, dude, that guy's badass. I watched him in Yellowstone recently. So good. Even in real life, he just seems like a real, like, he's just cool, man. He's just so cool. 4-3. Bull Durham is very charming. Yeah, that's the movie the other baseball movie, right? All right. Good surf and Fonseca, 4-4. 4-4. 4-4. Field of Screams with Itchy and Scratchy was even better. Good one. Oh, Brad Pitt's in that Snatch movie. He plays the boxer, right? And he doesn't like the gypsy boxer. I'm pretty sure, right? As that goes out by Fritz, Fonseca's got 5-4. Am I getting that movie right, or am I thinking another movie? 5-4. A good comedy is Hitch with Will Smith. I feel like I've seen that movie 100 times. That movie was like one of the key movies like growing up. 5-4. And that's at every thrift store. Like there's so many Hitch movies. I feel like that was such a common movie to be watching at like in the 2000s. Backhand slice return into the forehand of Fritz, into the backhand of Fonseca. Fritz hits a forehand to the forehand of Fonseca, into the forehand of Fritz. As Fonseca hits it wide, it's 5-5. Do you have 7 with Brad Pitt? I do have 7 with Brad Pitt. I found out a recent story about that. Apparently in his contract, he said that because apparently a movie that he did in the past, they changed the ending in the editing, that he didn't like the ending. They changed the ending on him. He wrote in his contract that they're not allowed to change the ending of any of his movies, and they were going to change the ending of movie for 7, and they didn't change it because he had a contract. Anyways, backhand slice from Fritz. Fonseca on the attack. Fritz guesses right with a pass. Fonseca with a half volley pickup winner, and Fonseca gets a set point on his serve to take us to a third. Yeah, 7 is so creepy, but it's so good. Such a great movie. I've just watched that. I haven't watched that. I got to watch that. Yeah, they were going to change that ending. All right, Fonseca to take us to a third. Now, will they play the third tonight? I guess we'll find out, but let's see if they can get there first. Fonseca serves. Set point. He serves a fault. Second serve. Serving to the forehand of Fritz. Return goes to the backhand of Fonseca. Fritz backhand. To the backhand of Fonseca. Fritz backhand again. To the backhand of Fonseca. Down the line to the forehand of Fritz. And Fritz hits it out. We're going 3, baby. Fonseca takes the tiebreak in the second. It's 8:30 at night. They might only have half an hour of of any sort of light. It looks sunny out there because of the cameras, but it's actually going to be dark. Remember the Wimbledon final in 2008? Was at 9 o'clock. It was pitch black. If you see the photos of them taking photos of Rafa, it was like 9 p.m. It's 8:30. It is much darker out there than it may look. And Muhammad Liani's having a chat. He's Super Safe Liani. That's what we call him today. We just made that up right now. Super Safe Liani. Yeah, they don't have lights. They don't have lights because they don't do night grass time. Yep, people are talking. I think they're gonna call it. They got the tournament directors out there too. They're gonna chat to the players whether they play. Fritz is saying, "Yeah, I'm all good." I think him and Fonseca are saying, "Yeah, let's come back tomorrow." Oh no, I think they're saying they're good to play. No, they both called it. They both called it, chat. Fonseca and Fritz are like, we'll come back tomorrow. Not worth the risk. I think both of them know that Wimbledon's not worth the risk. To play at night on the slippery grass is not worth the risk. Like I said, chat, it looks way lighter because the settings of the camera make it look bright, but it's actually probably really, really dark. It looks like it's sunny and it looks like the middle of the afternoon with an overcast. It's actually pretty dark. So they'll play tomorrow. They'll come back tomorrow. They'll probably be a second match on center court tomorrow. Usually they give them a match to get into it, so they'll probably push all the center court matches back. Disappointing but smart. Yeah, I mean, look, it makes sense. And look, both guys are not going to play in the dark. It's not worth it for either of them to play in the dark and risk injury, right? But there you go. 8:30 in London. Remember, they don't play night session. By the way, both guys Still signing autographs, taking photos and stuff. Love that. Love that. Fonseca not signing autographs because they all want Fritz's autograph. All right, so we'll be back tomorrow. Yeah, I would guess the schedule probably would say that these guys will play second on center court tomorrow. And we'll watch the rest of it. Yeah, slippery as well. It doesn't even look lighter. It's pretty dark to play tennis. We know because we live in the UK. Oh, yeah, if you're from the UK, you look outside, it's probably pitch black. But, like, it looks, on the camera, it looks bright. Like, the camera is making it look like it's light. If they turned the camera, like if they used a phone, it would probably be pretty dark. Also, they don't have any light, like literally don't have any lights. Like they don't have light poles to actually do anything. So yeah. So we'll be back tomorrow. And we called it, chat. We knew this was probably going to happen. We can't hear you. Hello? Why don't they use floodlights? One, because they don't have them. Two, because it would get slippery and dangerous. When it's nighttime, it's also makes the grass slippery. By the way, for those who are like crying about this happens all the time. Why are you acting like this hasn't happened before? If you're new to tennis, this is what happens. If you're not new to tennis, which most of you aren't, like you knew this was possible. You knew they don't play grass tennis into the night. That's not how it works. Wimbledon do it in center court as a one-off if they have to. They don't play grass court tennis at Wimbledon at night. That's not a thing. It's never been a thing until they built the roof and they shut the roof for the grass. That's the only time they do it. They don't do it outside. So why would they do it any different in another grass court? Name me a grass court outside of this. Maybe Haller with the roof. But other than that, Queen's Club don't play late at night. They don't have lights. They don't have lights here. They don't have lights. I don't think they have lights in Bad Homburg. I don't think they have lights in Stuttgart. Like they don't have night tennis on the grass. It's not a thing. It's just convenient that they have a roof at Wimbledon that they can shut to keep the grass. But even then, when they shut the roof on Wimbledon, it gets slippery. So even though it's a night match, it's still slippery. It's still dangerous. Like this is normal. You don't play tennis on grass at night. Doesn't happen. Yeah, they're going to come back and play the final set tomorrow. Yeah, low light and slippery. But slippery is the more dangerous thing. Low light, you can play in the dark, but it's not going to be very entertaining. It's the slipperiness that I think they're more concerned about. I was at Wimbledon when the Sunday doubles final with McEnroe Stitch. It was dark and McEnroe wanted to keep playing. It was complete on Monday with almost no one in the stands. Well, it's safe. It's better to be safe than have, like, if people aren't in the stands, it's their fault. But it's like, you have to be safe. Like, you can't risk the players. Even the players might not be, like, they might be thinking, oh, we'll play anyway, but it's risky. Slippery is really dangerous. Oh, yeah. By the way, to anyone who's arguing with me, I don't make the decisions. Like, I don't go, if you like asking me why Nadal and Federer played in the dark, I don't know. I don't know why they played in the dark and these guys can't. I don't make the decisions. I'm just telling you what's happening and why it's happening. That's like, I can't give you the answer because I wasn't there and I didn't make the decision. But I can tell you why it might have happened. Like, they probably played the duck because they were playing at the end of the final set. And that, like, instead of coming back to the next day for 2 games, they thought, oh, we'll try and finish it tonight. Whereas they can't finish tonight because they've got a whole set to play. So, like, at let's say 8:30 in that final, it was maybe at the end of the 5th. So they thought, well, we can maybe finish this match tonight instead of coming back tomorrow for 2 games. Maybe that's why, right? But also, I wasn't there to make the decision, so I don't know. But that's my common sense. Grass is by far the sloppiest surface. I played on grass once when slightly wet and was falling all over. Yeah, grass can get real sketchy. When it's wet, it can get real crazy. By the way, they've covered the courts as well, so they have to do that to keep the grass from being too wet tomorrow. Also, I think it's going to rain overnight because I've looked on the radar and I think it's going to rain overnight, so they're covering the courts for that too, probably. Yeah, exactly, Abigail. Exactly. Fritz has a slight advantage with the match being suspended. I agree. I think Fritz has not a big advantage, but he definitely has the advantage. Coming back tomorrow to play 1 set, definitely. After the momentum's now gone from Fonseca, and Fritz coming out he'll come out like he did in the first set, I would say, tomorrow. I think Fritz will come out and probably benefit the most from this. When will it start again? Tomorrow. Hey, Isabel, thank you for the 18 months. Appreciate that. What's your favorite surface to play? Clay. I wish I could play on grass. I only have grass courts in US in New England. Okay. Do you think Fritz would become top 10 if there was no Zverev? He is top 10. Fonseca is getting better on grass. Oh, yeah. His game is so suited to grass. Alexandra Swiatek tomorrow. Well, I'm going to make a preview, so you're going to have to watch it. So watch the preview that I make, please. Thank you. I'd be proud of Fonseca if he made the 4th round of Wimby. Oh, that'd be so good. I think Zverev is the least of Fritz's problems. Fritz keeps beating him. Yeah. I think that was the point. I think that guy was saying that would Fritz be in the top 10 if Zverev wasn't around, because Zverev is the one that he beats to get there. Yeah, Fritz would have been in the... Just because Zverev doesn't beat Fritz doesn't mean Fritz wouldn't have been in the top 10 anyway. Fritz got into the top 10 before he beat Zverev. He was in the top 10 way before he started kicking Zverev's butt. Hey, thank you, Dutchie, for gifting a membership to Fraser. Yeah, that guy was saying Fritz. Yeah, he thinks that Fritz is only in the top 10 because he beats Zverev. Chat, we know that. We don't believe that, do we? Surely we don't believe that. Fritz was in the top 10 before he started beating Zverev, right? I mean. There's going to be a 250k party after Wimbledon if it happens during Wimbledon. They stopped playing because it's too dark. And they don't have any lights. No lights. They'll come back tomorrow. Will Fonseca be seeded? I don't think so. Not at the US Open. Probably not, but he might be top 50 by then. Will Alcaraz be number 1 at the end of the year? Nope. I think it'll be Sinner. Will Fonseca be... Yes, I don't think Fonseca's going to be seated at the US Open. I think he'll be... Maybe he'll be close, though. He might be like top 40, but I don't think he'll be... I don't know. I'm going to say no conservatively, but I'd love to see that happen. Yeah, they'll continue tomorrow. Are we having champagne? I don't have any money. We'll probably have I don't know. I have to think about it. I haven't had any time to think about 250k party because I've been, to be honest, Chad, I've just been trying to get through it every day, like day by day. I'm not looking too far ahead. I'm just trying to get through tomorrow. Fonseca looks scary in the second set. You must prepare in advance. Prepare what? Yeah, after Wimbledon, we'll sort something out. Because if it's, I want to make it, you should prepare the party in advance. Yeah, Steve, I'm trying, dude. I'm trying, man. I'm trying to stream things and prepare for those. And then I'm also trying to just get through the night. We'll get there. I've had like no days off for months. So I haven't had a second to think. We'll get there. We will do something. But bro, I'm just trying to get through tomorrow, man. Triple Z withdrew from Wimbledon. Fair enough. It's a big deal. I know it's a big deal, man. That's why we're going to do something after Wimbledon. So then, look, the options are this, chat, right? We can do our 250k party during Wimbledon, which will last about 30 seconds because we'll be watching matches that people are going to be here to watch. And then when we hit 250k, we can be like, yay, we did it. And then we can move to watching all the matches again. Or what I want to do, because it is a big occasion, is we'll do it after Wimbledon when we have more time that I can actually think about what we can do and actually set aside doing something. Because I don't want to just do like we did last year with 200k. Even like when we got to 100k, it was like during a match. So it's like very hard to do something. I can't just stop doing the match and then we do like, hey, we're just not going to fuck around for like, 3 hours in the middle of a quarterfinal of Wimbledon. We can't do that. I can't do that. That's irresponsible. People are here to watch that. So instead of rushing a party or ignoring a stream, we're going to do it after Wimbledon. Does that make sense? So that way we can watch Wimbledon and then anybody who wants to come to the party after Wimbledon, you guys can all be there. We can actually set aside time to celebrate, rather than doing like a half celebration and then, you know what I'm saying? Because otherwise we're going to do like no celebration, or we can do a half celebration during Wimbledon, but it's also not going to be very good. Because I'm going to be so busy doing other stuff and stressed out of doing streams that it's not going to be enjoyable for anybody. And it's also not going to be, it's not worthy of the occasion if I'm like, we're not paying attention. So we're going to do it after. So after Wimbledon, when we have nothing else to do, we can set aside time to then do it. And and celebrate. Because it is a big deal. It's a huge deal. And last year we rushed to 200k because it was before Wimbledon. So we didn't have time. And then Wimbledon started, we're like, but But this year, we're lucky because after Wimbledon, there's nothing. So we can actually set aside time to do a stream for 250K. Or we can just chill. We'll do a dedicated stream for it, And then you can all jump into the stream and we can hang out and just relax without any matches. If Sinner loses points at Cincy and US Open, Alcaraz gains plenty. Can he be number one by Laver Cup? I don't know the math. Let's get through Wimbledon and then we can start. I feel like figuring out who's going to be world number one before Wimbledon is too difficult. So let's wait until after Wimbledon, because that way we'll know a lot of things. Sinner might gain points at Wimbledon. Alcaraz might lose points at Wimbledon, because you're all thinking about how many points after Wimbledon Sinner and Alcaraz have. What about Wimbledon though? Wimbledon, there's a lot of points for Alcaraz to lose, and there's a lot of points for Sinner to gain. So ask me that question after Wimbledon, because God forbid Alcaraz loses in the second round and Sinner wins the whole thing. That changes the conversation completely. So let's not. If we start talking as if Alcaraz is going to defend the title and Sinner's not going to make the quarterfinals, and we go, let's pause the conversation and we'll have a much better idea after Wimbledon. Because after Wimbledon, Sinner doesn't lose, right? So then what does Alcaraz have to do to gain? Because otherwise we're just going to be playing there's way too many variables, right? It's too confusing, right? Alcaraz has got a mountain to climb by defending Wimbledon first. If he doesn't defend Wimbledon, then he's got a lot more points he has to make up. So that's why we need to let's just watch Wimbledon, please. Let's just wait for Wimbledon. And then we can assess the number one ranking, all right? It's too soon, exactly, Elaine. People are getting way too far ahead of themselves. If Alcaraz loses the second round and Sinner wins the whole thing, Sinner will be leading 5,000 points. Yeah, exactly. That changes everything. That means Sinner can go and lose every other tournament in the rest of the year and Alcaraz will still have to do damage to get close, right? So, yeah. Let's just wait till Wimbledon finishes and then we can assess what's going on. That is a great question for after Wimbledon. I'm not sure how late tomorrow is going to go. Shows by how many miles Sinner is number one. Yeah, if he wins Wimbledon. How come Nole hasn't won a grass court tournament before Wimbledon? Because he hasn't played them. He hasn't played Queen's Club or Halle for years. I don't think he's played Queen's Club for 8 years. If Alcaraz wins the US Open, it would be balanced again. And if I win the calendar slam, I might be world number one. I mean, there's a lot of... And if you won, Wimbledon and a couple of 1000s, you could be up there too, right? It's too early, bro. We just gotta... Let's just enjoy Wimbledon, please. Can we enjoy Wimbledon before we start talking about the tournament after Wimbledon? Come on now. Wimbledon is not locked into anybody. No one has Wimbledon on lock. We need to watch Wimbledon and then we can discuss all this shit, all right? Good. Get excited for Wimbledon. And then we'll talk about the world number one ranking after Wimbledon. Let's talk about the end of the year at the end of the year. Scott, they've cancelled postponed the match tomorrow because it's too dark. Runa Draper exhibition tomorrow at Hurlington. Cool. I can't watch it because we have no fucking time, but Bad on Berg is taking the time. I'm excited to go to Wimbledon on Tuesday. Hey, Christine, enjoy. You will love it. It's great. I mean, if you've been before, you'll know. But if you haven't been, it's great. Who do you think are the favourites, dark horses for Wimbledon? Ask me when the draw comes out, because everything will change. Yeah, I've been to Wimbledon once. It was great. One of the highlights of my tennis life. Does anyone know what time the match is resumed tomorrow? Probably at like 11 a.m. Never been, but you'll love it. It's a must if you're a tennis fan. All of you in the chat and watching the replay, you have to go to Wimbledon. If nothing else, go to Wimbledon. At least Wimbledon. It is a rite of passage for every tennis fan. If you can get to Wimbledon, you have to go. Yeah, the winner of this match has to play later in the day. All Europeans should be able to go to Wimbledon. I mean, yeah, if you can. Some people can't afford to, and I respect that. Some people physically can't get there, and that's fine. But if you can, you should. And it's a part, like if you can, you have no excuse, then yeah, go. Match is suspended tomorrow, yep. What does Fonseca have to do to make it tomorrow? Make it to do differently tomorrow? He has to serve well, but he also has to try and figure out Fritz's serve, because Fritz's serve in the first set was ridiculous. Nice haircut. I haven't got a haircut. I'm not getting a haircut. I'm just letting it grow. Thank God, Chad, we didn't take that bet when I said Bublik wins. If Bublik wins Haller, I'm going to shave a neck beard. I'm glad we didn't remember that. Psych. Too late now. We moved on. Yeah, so Fritz versus Fonseca. They're going to resume tomorrow. Second match tomorrow, center court. So there you go. After Krejcikova. So there you go. We've also got Eala Yastremska tomorrow. So we'll watch the rest of this and that. Then the winner of this plays last match tomorrow night, which might not get done. If they have today. Like today, it's going to be very hard to finish tomorrow on time as well. There goes Cam's 3 days off. Look, I know all well that I could take 3 days off. I know that I could have done nothing this week. I could chat any time in my life. I could turn around and go, you know what? I'm not streaming for a week, but I have to. I can't do it. I can't. If there's first of all for myself, right? So I have to do it for me because I'm just like, fuck. What else am I going to do? But also I have an obligation to all of you that if the best players in the world are playing, which they all are this week for some reason, we watch them. And if I don't show up for a week when Swiatek and Paolini and Raducanu and Fritz and Fonseca and all these big guns are playing, then you're all going to think I abandoned you. So I have an obligation to you. But I could have taken. I mean, how many times have I said I'm not watching net matches next week, and then I come back 2 days later? It's my fault too. It's my fault. I'm the problem. I could take 3 days off, but also I don't want to. Nole might retire on your week off, Cam. Oh, fuck. Don't say that. Don't say that. Don't say that. I don't want that to happen. Especially when I'm not prepared. I think Taylor has a walkover tomorrow. You think Fritz is not going to come back and play tomorrow? You think he's just going to you think he'll play and then not play the afternoon? I think, you know what? You might be right. I don't know if Fritz is going to... Oh, then again, he has won Eastbourne 3 times, so I think he's committed. Only chat can give you time off, Cam? Yeah. Now, I'm not a slave to chat. I'm a slave to the tennis schedule. That's like, you guys don't demand things of me, even though I make fun of you when you do. But I don't feel like chat like demands me to do things. It's the schedule that gets me. When players play this week when they're not supposed to, or even before the French when they was not supposed to, I'm a slave to the schedule. You guys aren't that demanding. Because I make fun of you if you are. It's the schedule that... when I have gaps, I'm looking at my schedule here, and I had a gap after the French. I had a gap before Wimbledon, and those gaps have been filled with these matches. I have a gap after Wimbledon. I have a gap before the US. But that's changed now because we have the freaking exhibition doubles match. And I have a lot of time after the US Open because the Asian swing is sort of like... I mean, it's a good time zone for me, to be fair. I demand you watch Maya Joint every time she plays. Well, I'm Australian. I don't do that. I don't watch Australians. Unless I have to. Today was enough. I couldn't, even though Raducanu, I like Raducanu, I wanted Joint to win. And when she won, I'm like, God, thank God. I'm not watching it tomorrow. I only watch Australians if we have to, because it's just too stressful. All right, chat, I'm out of here. It's 6 o'clock in the morning. I need to go to sleep. But thank you for joining us. We'll be back tomorrow to do it all again. Fonseca Fritz, part 2, tomorrow. And then we'll also do a little bit of everything else. Swiatek Alexandra Eala is probably the match that I'm most interested for. We also have Eala. So, we'll watch the resumption of this. We'll watch Swiatek. We'll watch Eala. And I don't know. Maybe we'll watch someone else. But thanks for hanging out. I'll see you tomorrow for another big day. Final set comes up tomorrow. 6-3, 6-7 is the score. 1 set all. Fritz will serve first tomorrow in the resumption of this match. They stopped the play because it was too dark and too dangerous to play. So they'll be back tomorrow to finish this match, and I'll see you then as well. Thanks for the donations and all the support. Bye.